right, today we're going to take some time and put together a new aquarium designed to breed very aggressive African cichlids. And so I figured we'd come out to the backyard, to the garden. We're going to take out some rocks out of the landscape. We're going to put it together and create a design for our new tank. Such a beautiful day. So let's go below and see what kind of rocks we can take. I know I got quite a few boulders in different sizes throughout the garden and some behind the shed. So let's see what we can find. All right, I love the different colorations and structures of these rocks, the roundness, so we can use these. And so let's go ahead and start this tank. Now this tank is already established and set, but I don't like the way it looks. Now for what it was put together for was for two African cichlids that are pretty aggressive, that have a strong breeding bond, meaning they stay together with no problem. So one pile of rocks will work for them. And so that's why I escaped it the way it was, but I just don't like it, so we're gonna redo it. And so we're gonna set up this other tank right on the other side of it here, and we're gonna do this one for a pair of aggressive cichlids that are rare, that don't have a strong breeding bond. And so we're gonna put piles of rocks on both sides, and then we're gonna use something as a visual barrier. So out of sight, out of mind, so to speak, so they can set up their territories and we can have less aggression in an aquarium. And the reason we need to do that is because in Africa, you're gonna have some, like I mentioned, some cichlids that have weak bonds, like these two. They used to be a breeding pair, but then they started fighting. And so I put them in a tank together without a divider, but they can see each other. And that now, it seems like their bond has become locked in again. So now I can put these back into a tank. Now this is just what I do. This has have worked for me throughout the years. And so this is just my tricks to get fish to be less aggressive. And so this is a breeding pair of pectoralis, and they're very expensive and and very rare. So this is a female and this is a male. When I first put them into a tank together, right away they started fighting. The female darted, ran, the male tried to kill her. I put them in a tank right by each other for like a month. That's what I do. They can see each other, they get used to each other, and it seems like they create a bond again. And so we know that sometimes their bond is broken once you move them. And then from there, my next point, or what I do, I set up their tank. Now this is set up now for them. I put the female in there for a week before the male. So she sets up her territories, her hiding spots, and she gets comfortable. She starts to set up a territory base that she likes, and then I add the male. So this is what has worked for me. I'm not saying that works for everyone, but it's been very, very successful throughout the years for many aggressive cichlids that I've bred. So we're gonna do that now. This is almost done. I'm gonna add a few more plants, get this together, then we're gonna add the fish in. It's already been set up for a while. The female has acclimated to this tank for about like a week and a half. So now we're gonna grab, also I suggest putting some kind of dithers. The other fish ran into the cave here. We're gonna add these in here. Now I added the male. That's him down at the bottom. And as you can look at him, you can see why I need to have a separation, a barrier in there, and many rocks. You can see his teeth hanging out of his mouth. Very cool looking fish, but he can be quite aggressive. Only a face a mother can love, right? But I want to breed these fish. The tank is beautiful to me. Set up is functionable. And that's what I love about African cichlids. You can set up a tank and you read about their habitat, the way they live, the conditions of what they live under. I like to read on that, and then I try to set the tank up for success, for they can be comfortable. And once they're comfortable, from there, they usually will spawn. And then right away, just watch what happens with this female. Now, this is a female that in the past used to hide. He tried to kill her. But now she's been established in this tank for over a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks now. She has created territories for herself. She's comfortable. I put dither fish in there as well. And she doesn't hide anymore. She's going to come right out. She sees the male, and watch what she does. Comes right up, checks him out, not scared, not running from him. And this is why I say to do it this way. This has always worked for me. and it's been successful. So I love to set tanks up according to what I feel the fish is going to need for them to thrive. And so we're going to see how they react to see if I can get these two to spawn and have some fry for me in the future. But so far, it's been a success. He has not been chasing her around. They have their own little territory. But it seems like she's trying to get him to come over to where she's inhabited her territory thus far. So that has been successful for me at this point with these fish. And so let's take a look at some of the other tanks as well. This one is set up. I love the way this tank looks, the background. I have a breeding pair of fish in that one. So it's all set. And I'm going to do more video, up close video on these fish too, after I give them the spawn. And this tank is set up. This is a new tank that I just was showing you earlier that I said I was going to change around. I love the way it looked. I took all those extra round rocks out, and I put, I forgot the name of these rocks that I used. It's right at the tip of my tongue, but I'm going to add more of them into this tank. I love the look of this tank. And I'm going to add probably a little bit more going a little bit further out, but there's plenty of room. And these fish are already showing signs of breeding and spawning for me. So this tank is already a success on my part that I feel, and I just like the tank. So I'm just going to see if I can add a little more rocks there. And then the third one here, well, a fourth one, this is a tank with some Texas holly rocks, excuse me. And I have this one set up as well. I got some new fish coming in about a month for this aquarium. So that's just one reason why I love African cichlids. Just the different things you have to do to perfect the breeding, to keep them successfully. And just wanted to share that with you.